Man, I feel like I am learning things about this game every single time that I play it. This time being just how possessive piglins are with things that aren't theirs. I love it. So many hidden little mechanics in this game. Anyways, howdy. Welcome to Building in Stride, Episode 3. The Sunflower Meadows episode. But before we can move on with that project, there's some tidying up I needed to do around my little coastal... I haven't even given this place a name. If anybody does have a name for this little coastal island, it's not even an island. What am I saying? Think, man, think! Anyways, before we get to the Sunflower Meadows, there's some tidying up to do. And you'll also have to excuse me. I have thrown myself in a closet because the siding on my house is currently being redone. There's music playing outside. And every so often, just a lot of... So I locked myself in a closet and have a heavy, heavy blanket over me. Hopefully this works out just fine. And my curiosity for that cave spotted earlier got the best of me. And I didn't capture much footage of it. Mostly just because I spent about 2 days IRL. And I'm talking like long play sessions IRL. Just exploring, lighting up caves, because I knew that there was some skeleton spawners down there, and I need myself a good source of the lifeblood of this game being bone meal, which I eventually do have a skeleton spawner, you'll see. Spent some time wrangling some villagers, run-of-the-mill operations. I am curious if anyone has ever run into this before. It was a dungeon that was only 2 blocks wide. Like, I don't know if people have encountered that in Java, or if that's just another one of the myriad of reasons that Bedrock can be, not broken, but operating on a totally different level. So this is the future home of the Sunflower Meadow that you shall see, and eventually at some point down the line, a flower field on the other hand. On the other hand? On the other side of the path. I tell you, there's something about sitting down to record, even though I have an idea of, where I'm going, thought-wise. It's like as soon as you hit record, your brain just kind of stops. But yes, this is the vanilla landscape, which you will see a quick cut of the leveling of that. And here's that cave from earlier before, fully lit up. I love the new cave generation. I don't know about you, but it's so cool. Caves are so massive now. And they make the caving experience much more rich. And deadly, but so much better. Here's that skeleton spawner I was talking about. A good bone meal farm and XP farm. So I've certainly needed that. Got me some sunflowers the old-fashioned way. It's another clip of Bedrock being, Bedrock. There are so many instances where I think the game, breaks, but no, it's just chugging along in the background. Just needs a chance to catch up. I recorded this clip thinking I had my microphone on, but I guess I was muted. I was just screaming at the top of my lungs, "What happened to the sun? Where's the sun? The sun's gone! What happened, Minecraft? What did you do? Bring it back!" Just in about that fashion. Just a man, home alone, screaming at his TV. screaming at pixels on a screen. I eventually found the fix. I was messing around with vibrant visuals again, and, I guess going back and forth between that and fancy. I guess there's a little bug there, Mojang. All is well, though. And thus, terraforming begins. Which, I guess I'll use this time just to spitball some ideas for Mojang of why do we not have more colors for leaves? Why do we not have a dead leaf block? We have leaf litter. It feels like a very Minecraft thing to do, that you should be able to take those bits and craft a dead leaf block. And in researching some reference pictures for the future of this birch forest biome, which I broke my donkey in, and maybe it's just autumn that those photos were taken, but if you search birch forests or birch canopies and birch tree branch structure and all of that, you find a lot of photos with yellow leaves. And why don't we have yellow leaves, Mojang? And I meant to AFK here for about 20 minutes, and I think I accidentally AFK'd for almost an hour and a half. I think you can tell. And I may not know every, minute little hidden mechanic of this game, but if you want a pro tip, just to spice things up, firefly bushes underground. Why underground, you might ask? Well, I mean, it's a personal opinion, but their current texture is a little putrid in my opinion, so I think they work better if they're hidden, but it adds a nice little bit of atmosphere to your builds, especially if you're going for an overgrown meadow, an overgrown grove, just overgrown anything. Like, it's just perfect. And it's a new day. Is it a new day? I wasn't even looking at the day count, but it's a new day. You know what that means? More terraforming. And another new day. What does that mean? It means more texturing. Woo! I don't know what else you want from me. It's not hard. It's just, you make the grinding stuff interesting and get back to me. And this may sound a little complaining. I don't mean it to sound that way in any way, shape, or form. But terraforming. I've done quite a bit of it before. Nothing on this scale. And let me tell you, this project currently holds the record has the highest ratio of work to finished product. That's not to complain. I'm very happy with how it turns out. But oh my God. Ugh. And I realized after most of the sunflowers were in their place that it needed a little bit of a hut. And in my mind, since just off in the distance, way over those hills behind it, is a pillager outpost, so I figured it absolutely makes sense for this place to be overgrown, abandoned. And so I honestly did not want to put a lot of work into the hut. I didn't want to make it too grand. I honestly just wanted it to have the feel of just being a little shack, because it truthfully doesn't serve any purpose other than this being a little landmark, point of interest as I'm traveling this world path, because I do find myself using it quite a bit. Again, just some more texturing, using trick from B-Dub's last Building with BOO episode of using bushes in the ground. I think it adds a nice variation from just using leaf litter. Although I do like leaf litter. Getting tongue-tied. And, just doing some cleaning up. There's minute details that honestly none of you will probably ever see again, but I will know that they're there. And if the path feels too cramped, it'll be a thought that is forever in the back of my mind of like, oh, I could have done a little bit more work with the pathing. And I'm going to take a brief reprieve, let you soak up the atmosphere, and I'll be back in just a minute. Don't you worry. And I myself am very happy with how it turned out. I think it's quaint, it's cute, it's a nice little breaking up of the plains biome. And I'm probably going to make a short about this later this week, but I had heard, in B-Dubs, I don't remember what episode it was. I think it was the pathing episode. He was talking about picture frames. And I heard that, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then the more that I was playing the game, is just something just clicked in me of just what do you want to call it? I had a coming to God moment of like everything just clicked. I realized, oh, picture frames, composition, like, duh, of course. That's how you elevate your building, is you find good spots for composition and you create a nice little picture frame with it. And so that will be the creed moving forward. And you can see I've got a nice workforce building up. I haven't recorded much of that or any of this storage system just because, I don't know, it's boring work. Here's how to not take care of your bees. Mojang just had to make them realistic, didn't they? They could have gone a video gamey route and been like, oh, no, the bees never die. We want to save the bees on our planet, so in the game, the bees live forever. But no, Mojang, you had to make them realistic, and they die after they sting you. Anyways, I went and found some new bees. If you have any other suggestions for names, please send them my way. It has to rhyme with Larry, Barry. It's got to rhyme with airy in the end. So if you have any suggestions, please drop a comment below. But with that, that's the Sunflower episode. It's Building in Stride episode 3. Okay, bye-bye. That's all. See you later. Get out of here.